Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. Yesterday, a list came out, all right? And as you guys know, going into every season, various sports websites put out like their preseason ranking, right? They rank players going into the season. But one particularly came out, and that was from The Athletic. And they came out with their top 20 players list, okay? And it's always interesting to see how they come up with their rankings and all of this. Now, I tried to go to their website to read it, but they wanted me to pay, so I'm not paying for nothing, so yeah. But I can pretty much see other accounts posted on it. But the one thing that stood out was where they ended up ranking LeBron James. And let me tell you, man, it was absolutely just hilarious seeing LeBron fans just riot in the streets. So let's put up the account. No, I think it's from the Ringer or the Athletic. One of these two accounts. I think it's the Ringer. So the what is it? Let me see, the Ringer. I think it's saying the Ringer. I thought it was the Athletic. Ringer top NBA players. I thought it was the Ringer, but apparently it was the I thought it was the Athletic, because I know the Athletic put out their own ranking. And as you guys know, the Ringer, I think, is currently owned or formerly owned by Bill Simmons, right? All of you know who Bill Simmons is. No, actually, it was the Ringer. Okay, it was the Ringer from what I'm seeing here. Yes. So we actually want to put it up here. Okay, I thought it was the Athletic, but it's the Ringer. So let's go through the list. All right, let's go from number 1 all the way down to 20. So at number 1, they have SGA. He's ranked number 1, basketball savant who confounded defenders all the way to the top. Then they go through some of the stuff: pull up threat, clutch gene, finisher, foul magnet. Right, so they have him. Number 2, they have Victor Wembanyama of the San Antonio Spurs, a gargantuan talent out to claim his seat at the forefront of the league, out of this world, human highlight, shot blocking, ridiculous upside. Number 3, they have Nikola Jokic, most skilled big in the solar system, his rebounding, feel for the game, passing virtuoso, and horse guy. Then they have Luka Doncic at number 4, perennial MVP candidate and generational talent who is well positioned to reach beyond the rarefied air he's already floating in. Number 5, they have Jalen Brunson. Number 6, they have Anthony Edwards. Number 7, they have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number 8, they have Kawhi Leonard. Number 9, they have Cade Cunningham. And number 10, they have Stephen Curry. Number 11, they had Donovan Mitchell. Number 12, they had Karl Anthony Towns. Number 13, they have Jason Tatum. It's interesting. I was just about to say, where's Jaylen Brown? Number 14, they have Jaylen Brown. Number 15, Tyrese Maxey. Number 17, Kevin Durant. Number 16. 15 was Tyrese Maxey. 16 was Kevin Durant. 17 was Scotty Barnes. 18 was Devin Booker. 19 was Jamal Murray. And number 20 was LeBron James, right? And they have, you already know, potential GOAT, passing virtuoso, feel for the game, human highlight. So that's their ranking. Now I want to go what to this account put up. The Witness King James. It says the Ringer ranks LeBron as the 20th best player in the NBA. And LeBron fans started losing their minds in the comment section. One fan wrote, "How is Curry top 10 when he can't play defense?" Laughing my ass off. And I even responded to him. I said the same way LeBron James is top 20 and he can't play defense. That's how. Another person wrote, "Having SGA at number 1 tells you what you need to know about this rank." Another person, "I'm taking LeBron over everyone except Giannis and Jokic." Okay. All right. Another guy said, "Fair. Top 10 come playoffs as per usual." Another guy said, why the F is anyone still putting Kawhi Leonard in the top 10? The man plays less game than LeBron James nowadays. Scotty Barnes, Karl, and Murray should all be behind LeBron. LeBron should be like 16th. Okay. Another person said, Jamal Murray is legit laughable. Another person said, BS list. No one from the 7 to 19 is better than him for the last 2 seasons. Okay. Another guy says, Yeah, Braun is definitely better than Towns and Scotty Barnes. I'd even put him over Booker. And they just kept on losing their mind in the comment section below. What are my thoughts about this? Look, in a LeBron's fans' mind, they always think this guy is the best player in the world, no matter even what team he's playing on. There's no player that if you put LeBron on that team that LeBron fans will concede is better than him. They thought he was better than Luka Doncic. If you put it on a team of Nikola Jokic, they'll say he's better than Nikola Jokic. If you put it on a team with SGA, they'll say he's better than SGA. If you put him on a team with Giannis, he'll say he's better than Giannis. If you put him on a team with anybody, Anthony Edwards, they'll say that's just their mentality. And the reason I think that they're losing their minds like this is because for so long, you know, the media has kissed this guy's butt. All right, they've kissed his butt. Now, saying Kawhi, I mean, you're talking about somebody that made an all-second NBA team, had one of his best years in the league, and they're arguing over that. If you leave it to them, and the thing that's really going to piss them off is the fact that they have Luka Doncic ranked so high. Believe it or not, LeBron fans think Luka Doncic is not really good. They think Luka is overrated, but LeBron is not. They actually think that Luka Doncic is overrated. And they'll tell you, why hasn't Luka Doncic won a championship? He hasn't won anything. But then pretend like Luka has played with the talent that LeBron is. That's LeBron fans are idiots. I say it over and over. It sounds like a broken record, but it's true. Name the Hall of Famers that Luka Doncic has played with. They can't even tell. He played with Kyrie Irving, won, and he went to the finals. How many others? Compared to LeBron James, who's played with AD, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen, like all of these guys he's played with. Right? That's they don't mention them as to how he was able to win and got to the finals. But then with Luka Doncic, how come he hasn't? Like, that's LeBron fans for you, a pack of hungry idiots. LeBron fans are the most ignorant, annoying fans in all of the world. No one takes the cake like these guys. But one of the most annoying things about this fan base is how they always talk about, oh, Michael Jordan played against nobody. Who did Michael Jordan play against? Michael Jordan played against nobody. Michael Jordan didn't play against anybody. LeBron James faced Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry in the NBA Finals. Who would ever beat that team? Like as if we weren't watching Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs beating the living that team during that year until Kawhi Leonard got up. But that's a different thing. They try to act like this is the toughest team that ever walked the earth. So these are LeBron, very annoying people. But I've said this for a long time. A lot of what people think about LeBron's career is made up of a bunch of smoke. And this whole GOAT debate, there's nothing to debate. But people in media try to make it seem like it is. There's absolutely zero substance to the debate. Zero. Zilch. Nada. Nathan. Nothing. LeBron's career is just a bunch of, I'm telling you the truth. Not to say he's not a great player, but for him to be as ranked as high as he is just a bunch of nonsense. Because if you watch this career, you have context and you know how he did things. It was only today I was watching a video that was recommended to me on X of this guy going off on LeBron fans and talking about how he didn't play anybody in the East. It was that led me to now do some investigative journalism. Because the guy said throughout LeBron's entire Eastern Conference run, I'm talking about that run through the playoffs to the finals, he only faced one All-NBA player throughout that run. And I'm like, that sounds so stupid that sounds so insane that I'm like, how can that even be true? How is it possible that he only faced one All-NBA player during all first NBA player during that? I'm like, that's insane. Like, there's no way that it's true. Until I did the research for myself, folks, it's true. It is actually true. The fan base that's always talking about competition, their guy literally faced nobody. Nobody. And they use that run to say he's the GOAT when that run was a bunch of bull. It's the truth. There's literally nothing there. It's the easiest cakewalk in NBA history. But the media spins it into something to make it seem like it's something to be impressed by when it's not. Let's put up the first note here. It says, because I searched, how many players did LeBron face in the Eastern Conference during his finals run that made the all-first NBA team? Let me show it to you. It says, during LeBron's 8 consecutive Eastern Conference finals runs, from 2011 to 2018, he faced only one All-NBA first-team player in the Eastern Conference playoffs, Derrick Rose in 2011. Derrick Rose made the all-first NBA team and faced LeBron James in 2011. 0 other all-NBA first-team players made the East from the East played against LeBron James teams during his subsequent Eastern Conference playoff run from 2012 to 2018. I said, there's no way. So I went to NBA.com to check the all NBA teams from 2011 to the 18. So let's go through them. Mitch, let's put it up here. 2011, I'm just going to look at the first teams. First team, 2011-12. Kevin Durant, Western Conference. LeBron James, East. Dwight Howard, Orlando Magic, if I got this right. And then Kobe Bryant and Chris Paul. So what was the one that, what year was it that Derrick Rose made it? Okay, 2010-11. Let's go to the next one. 12-13. LeBron James with Miami Heat made it all first. The next one was Kevin Durant, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Chris Paul, Western Conference team. Next year, Kevin Durant, Joakim Noah made the all first NBA team. But okay, he didn't face them. LeBron James, James Harden, Houston Rockets, Chris Paul. Just look at all the players that were in the East Western Conference. Next year, all first NBA team: LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Marc Gasol, Stephen Curry, James Harden, and all the way to the end. Next year, LeBron James, Eastern Conference Cavs, then Kawhi Leonard, DeAndre Jordan, who was it? Stephen Curry, Russell Westbrook, all the way. So that's the first part. Then I Googled something else. I said, what percentage? What was the question? What percentage of Eastern Conference? What was the percentage of Eastern Conference teams, their win percentage, compared to Western Conference teams during that period? Here's the data that came up. During LeBron James' famous run of 8 consecutive Eastern Conference Finals and NBA Finals appearances from 2011 to 2018, the Eastern Conference held an overall interconference regular season win percentage of below 500 against Western Conference, the Western Conference every single year. The Western Conference average. The Western Conference regularly features significantly higher win totals from bottom seeds to mid-tier playoff contenders, often requiring 45 or 50 plus wins to make the postseason, whereas sub-500 teams occasionally qualified in the Eastern Conference. LeBron James' direct playoff dominance. During this exact 2011-18 stretch playing for the Miami Heat and Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron himself went 24-0 in the playoff series against Eastern Conference opponents, compiling 97 to 27 individual win record against conference rivals. Now, if you go a step further, it says this. It says the Western Conference held a superior interconference win percentage over the Eastern Conference every single year. During this span, the collective interconference head-to-head side record favored the West, with the East's overall win percentage against Western Conference opponents typically hovering between 43 and 47%, depending on the specific regular season. It says context of disparity. The Western Conference, throughout the 2011-2018 peak, the Western Conference regularly won clearly a majority of the head-to-head interconference games, posting roughly 53 to 57% win rate against conference against the conference against the East. It says conference depth. Critics and analysts often point out that the Western Conference featured greater depth, with substantially more 50-plus and 55-plus win teams missing or exiting early from the playoff compared to a top-heavy or more favorable competition in the East during those specific years. That is why I said Kobe Bryant's run during that final part with the Lakers made him top 3. That run that he went on made him top 3. Because during that period, Kobe faced more 50-win teams in the playoffs than Magic Johnson did in his entire NBA career during those 2 years. So context matters, but I'm going back to my original point, which is LeBron faced nobody. This guy faced nobody. But now his media goblins and his fans make it seem like, oh, LeBron, he couldn't win because he didn't have enough help. You can't make it up. The guy played in a weaker conference. That's how he was able to make all of those finals teams and when appearances. And whenever he got to the finals, he lost because that's when he would really start playing the real teams. But if you leave it to these guys, they'll say he had no help. It's unreal. But then they'll say Michael Jordan played against no one. Meanwhile, when Jordan was playing, he played the time frame of when Jordan was playing in the West, in the East, had a higher win percentage than the West. So it was like when Jordan was playing in the East, it was like almost him playing in the West. It's unreal. And then they act like they switch it around and say, who did Michael Jordan face? Knowing damn well LeBron faced nobody. Go pull it up. Every finals Jordan played in, he played against at least one top 75 player. Go look at who LeBron played against in 2020. Who was the best player in the Miami Heat that year that led the team? Goran Dragic. And then they turn around and say it was the most difficult championship ever. You can't make it up. A finals where Bam Adebayo was injured. Jimmy Butler was banged up. The team, I think Tyler Hero at one point was probably one of their best players. And then they make it seem like that's the hardest championship ever. And then turn around and say, Michael Jordan didn't face anybody in the NBA Finals. People are asking me, what about who could compare it to the Golden State Warriors team? I brought up those Utah Jazz teams that Jordan beat. Utah, he said the Utah Jazz, they don't know nothing about basketball. A team featuring John Stockton and Karl Malone, who's winning MVP, they think it's nothing. Like who? What? Really? They didn't face anybody. Really? They're dumbasses. I'm telling you the truth. LeBron fans are dumbasses. There's no other way to say it. They don't know anything about NBA history except his story. That's it. And I'm not saying I'm some kind of NBA historian. No, there are people that know more than me. But for God's sake, they can't even put his career and Nick Wright and all of it. They know it. We all knew that they used to call the Eastern Conference the Leaston Conference. But to only play against one top, this guy only faced one all-first NBA player throughout that entire one. Hear what I'm saying. For 8 years, he didn't play one of the best players in the NBA in his he didn't even play them. He only did it one time. Meanwhile, Kobe going up against the Wolves. The Wolves out there in the East. Then you got bum-ass, dirty-ass LeBron fans talking about LeBron is ranked ahead of Kobe Bryant. He's ranked ahead of Kobe Bryant. He made it to the finals 8 straight times. They're a bunch of dumbasses. Bunch of dumbass kids and fools. You can't make this stuff up, bro. When I saw it, I had to see it for myself. Do you understand how ass you got to be like that's who you playing against, bro? And then to make it worse, not only were you playing against nobody, you were stacking your teams. It's crazy work. You are stacking your team. It's even nastier than we think. Just one? Man, if y'all don't get this dude up out of here, bro. So you remember not too long ago, this summer, where Charles Barkley made some comments where, you know, they were asking him about, you know, LeBron James, what is it? LeBron essentially like joining the Philadelphia 76ers, and basically saying that LeBron is always trying to, stack the deck, right? You remember that. Now, I don't know. I think we did that show in the past. Let me see what day. I think we did that show not too long ago. As a matter of fact, let's play what Charles Barkley said earlier this summer, because it ties into a lot of what we're going to be talking about today in the video that went viral. Take a listen to what Charles Barkley had to say here on the Dan Patrick Show about a few weeks ago. Take a listen to Charles here.
You were on with Stephen A. Smith. That's why I thought you had a problem that LeBron's always stacking his teams.
Yeah, that's been one of my most people criticize him for that. He always stacks his team.
But what's wrong with wanting to build a team that can win a championship or going to
first of all, let's see, there you go. He didn't build a team. He manufactured.
He built a team in Los Angeles. They were bad before he got there.
And his agency forced them to trade for Anthony Davis, who was ran by his group.
Okay, but he didn't go to a team that was stacked.
No, he did. He's listen, Anthony Davis. Everybody in the league would have wanted Anthony Davis. Plus, specifically said he has to go to the Lakers. That's a fact, Dan.
But you still had to pull off the trade to get him. They didn't say, "Oh, here you go."
He said he would only go to the Lakers. He said he would, like everybody wanted Anthony Davis, but Clutch said no, he can only go to the Lakers. So it is what it is. It's a fair criticism. Yeah, everybody wanted Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis specifically said, because of Clutch, I will only go to the Lakers. So you think that's naturally organic? No, that is stacking your team.
But that's LeBron's power.
Oh, okay. And
he deserves that credit that guys want to play with him.
And we can't criticize it if we think it's unfair?
What's unfair about wanting to go better your life? Like
No. You shouldn't be guaranteed a championship. One of the reasons Michael Jordan is the GOAT, he got beat in the head. He kept, you know what, I'm going to get bigger, stronger. That, to me, is the way I would like to see it done. That's why I admire Dirk Nowitzki, who's like, you know what, I'm not going anywhere. We just going to keep getting better. That's why Steph Curry, same thing. He's like, you know what, we got a team. They were not any good in the beginning. Then Clay got good. Draymond got good. Iguodala, everybody. So, listen, we can disagree. I'm not mad at LeBron, but I could, I'm not going to do the Stepford wife thing like all LeBron and his friends do. Like these guys on television now. Like, I don't want to upset LeBron because I wanted him to talk to me and I wanted him to do interviews. Like, if you don't, like, that's LeBron's a great dude too. But the people around him, and now guys on television, they're like Stepford wives. It's like, you have to say LeBron's the greatest ever, or like he not gonna talk to you, and you're committing treason. Like I said, LeBron is the third best greatest basketball player I've ever seen. But when you're around them Stepford wives that are around LeBron, and some people on television are like that, but they want to be friends with him. Like I think me and LeBron, I think we're cool, but I don't have to say he's the greatest basketball player ever. I don't think I'm committing treason.
I don't have a problem if he wanted to go to Philly. I think it's a big risk, but it's his best chance to win a championship.
I don't agree with that. I actually think if he went to the Cavs, they would have had the best team in the East.
They got James Harden. I don't think he wanted to play with James Harden.
James Harden not even on the team right now.
Well, but they're talking to him about a contract.
Let me tell you something. We can disagree. I mean, we all have an opinion. I thought if LeBron went to the Cavs, they would have the best team in the East. That's just my personal opinion.
If Darius Garland was there, I would say yes, not James Harden.
Well, you don't have to play James that much if LeBron is there. And also, think about this. There are a lot of questions about this 76ers team. Can LeBron and Joel Embiid stay healthy? That's a big question. LeBron hasn't played a full season in 5 years. Joel Embiid ain't never played a full season. Those are fair questions. And what's scary, man, one of the dark secrets nobody's talking about, the Eastern Conference might be better than the Western Conference right now.
Excellent. So you heard what Charles Barkley had to say there. Now, that was a few weeks ago. So yesterday I saw a clip from the basketball show, right? And he was reacting to some comments that Brian Windhorst made where he said that LeBron hates to compete against teams unless he has an unfair advantage. And I'm like, Brian Windhorst said that? Are we talking about the same Brian Windhorst that's always twerking it up all over the internet? Like him? The Brian Windhorst said that on ESPN. Like he would say that much truth. So I didn't believe it. I'm being 100% real with y'all. I didn't believe that Brian Windhorst said that. It was only this morning, because you showed the video, but it was only also this morning when I was just kind of scrolling through the web and I saw the video for myself, because I saw it on his page, but I saw it again. I'm like, yo, this dude actually said that. So for those of you who didn't see this video, we want to play it for you now. Of Brian Windhorst of ESPN admitting that LeBron always hated playing against teams unless he had an unfair advantage. Take a listen to the video here.
But the thing about it is he's not comfortable being an underdog. It's not something he's done very often in his career, and he really doesn't like it when a team has his number.
Front runners, meaning when things are going great, we all in it.
I mean, he's changed teams in the past a couple of times when he's felt another team has his number.
When things are going bad, they pull apart.
When the Celtics had his number, he went to Miami. When the Warriors had his number, he went to LA.
LeBron has stacked his teams. Let's be realistic.
The Nuggets have had the Lakers' number. What's his move? He doesn't really have a move.
You know, playing with so many guys, he's the guy who has led the charge in terms of super teams being put together.
Yeah.
Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete. He's got to have all the best players on his team. He want everybody. He don't want to compete. He want to be the favorite all the time. It just pisses me off that a guy that great don't want to compete.
It's no way that, just hindsight, I would have never, called up Larry, called up Magic and say, hey, let's get together and play on one team. I mean, that's, in all honesty, I was trying to beat those guys. I don't know if they would have been on my team. If we'd been on our team, obviously, when you look at the Dream Team, they were on my team, and it wasn't too much of a competitive thing. I'm a competitive guy, and, I like to play against competitive players and, see what happens from there.
He's not comfortable being an underdog. It's not something he's done very often in his career, and he really doesn't like it when a team has his number.
Coward.
So you saw the video there. This has been the story of this guy's career. Quite literally has been the story. LeBron always hated to play competition. Always. Always. That's why he always stacked the deck. That's why he's stacking the deck again. That's why everywhere he went, he stacks the deck. But here's the most annoying part of it all. The media, or his media goblins and his fans, know this. They know he stacks the deck. And then when he wins, they act like he did it all on his own. That's LeBron fans for you. And then talk about, who did Michael Jordan play? Who did he play? This is LeBron fans for you. Who did he play? He doesn't even know that when MJ was winning those titles, playing against Karl Malone, they don't even know how good that Utah Jazz team was. They don't even know. Because in their minds, only this guy, that's why I say it on this channel, LeBron fans only know history of LeBron James. That's it. That's their basketball. It only stretches as far as him. They don't know anything about anything else. That's why they can say, who did Michael Jordan play? That's why they say that. Yesterday, I was even talking about all the top 75 talent that LeBron played with. I even forgot to mention another guy, Ray Allen. Ray Allen. They act like as if he was nobody. That's the fan base. But for Brian Windhorst to come out and say that, like, he's saying what we already know. But I am shocked that he had the courage, however, to say it on ESPN, because you're not going to get any honest opinions from people on ESPN. Like, ESPN is a clown show. Like, clown show. You just tune in during basketball season and see the crazy stuff that comes out of people's mouths on that. And it's just pure nonsense. So yesterday, The Ringer announced its top 20 players going into the NBA. This season here, right? And LeBron fans, of course, lost their minds because of where he was ranked, right? So I want to just kind of go through the article, right? So this is from TheRinger.com. It said the top 100 players in the NBA. And then we'll just go through the list quickly. Number 1, they have SGA. Number 2, they have Victor Wembanyama. Number 3, they have Nikola Jokic. Number 4, they have Luka Doncic. Number 5, they have Jalen Brunson. Number 6, they have Anthony Edwards. Number 7, they have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number 8, they have Kawhi Leonard. Number 9, they have Kate Cunningham. At 10, they have Stephen Curry. At 11, they have Donovan Mitchell. At 12, they have Karl Anthony Towns. At 13, they have Jason Tatum. At 14, they have Jaylen Brown. At 15, they have Tyrese Maxey. 16, Kevin Durant. 17, Scotty Barnes. 18, Devin Booker. 19, Jamal Murray. And number 20, they have LeBron James, right? So LeBron fans were pretty upset about it. They're very, very angry. But one particular user on X, who's a LeBron guy, he absolutely went over the edge by making the most outrageous claim you can even think of by saying that essentially LeBron James is better than SGA. Let me show you the post. Jesus Christ. LeBron outplayed SGA in the head-to-head matchup. And if you switch their positions, that's LeBron fans, always hypotheticals. And if you switch their places on those teams, the results would be the same. They are not 10 players in the NBA that are better than LeBron James. These rankings are jokes. So let me get this straight. LeBron fans are now saying that LeBron James is better than SGA. SGA, that I believe just won, I think it was, is it back-to-back or just won the MVP, if I'm not mistaken. You're telling me that LeBron James is better than him. And then on top of that, you're now saying that there are not 10 players in the NBA. There are not 10 players in the NBA that are better than LeBron James. That they're not 10 players. How can we take this fan base seriously? And I'm being sincere with you. How are we supposed to take LeBron fans serious as a fan base? Let's go through the list again. He said there are not 10 players that are better than LeBron James. Let's go to the players that I would agree are better. SGA is better than LeBron James. Victor Wembanyama, obviously Nikola Jokic, obviously Luka Doncic, obviously Jalen Brunson, obviously Anthony Edwards, obviously Giannis Antetokounmpo, obviously Kawhi Leonard, obviously Cade Cunningham, obviously Stephen Curry, obviously Jason Tatum, obviously Jaylen Brown, like obviously Kevin, like all of these guys are better than him. All of them are. The first 10 players I listed, it's not even close. It's not even remotely close. He's not even in the same universe as those guys at this stage of his career. We're not talking about all time. Obviously, all time, you could have him ranked ahead of some of these guys. Maybe some people probably feel Stephen Curry is better than LeBron James, but whatever. Right? Whatever. But to say that, to make the argument that him and SGA are on par as players, but that's, again, this is the fan base we're dealing with. They don't respect anything or anybody when it comes to basketball except this dude. That's them. That's why a Nick Wright in 2016 can be like, oh, after LeBron won his third title, he's better than everybody else, including Michael Jordan. That's LeBron fans for you. In 2016, Nick Wright said LeBron James is better than every single player that ever played basketball in 2016. Ahead of Kobe Bryant, ahead of Tim Duncan, ahead of Michael Jordan, ahead of Magic Johnson, ahead of Larry Bird, ahead of every single body, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, every single person. Because what he did at that point, up to that point in his career, put him ahead of every. This is the fan base we are dealing with. This is literally the fan base. And let me just read through some of the comments to see what they said. If this is based off of regular season, I understand. But playoffs, I completely agree. They're saying that LeBron James is a better playoff player right now. Is a better playoff player than SGA. Jesus Christ, man. I don't know what to say about this fan base.